We're with CVage Warriors, Graham Boylan, the other president, and obviously with Jack Marshman, former middleweight champion. Can we just run through the card with you guys? Common Day versus Jack Shaw. Jack Shaw, local boy. The crowd are going to be behind him. What chance does he have here?
He's got a very strong chance, but this is probably Jack's biggest fight and step up of his young career. Common Day is a very dynamic, fast-moving striker. Jack has got a good test on his hands tomorrow. Confident that he should get the win. But like I said, he's stepping up a few levels tomorrow in this fight, and Jack here is a training partner of Jack, and he'd probably really tell you a bit more about his strategy in this fight and the type of guy he's fighting, because he would help him train in the camp.
What are you thinking? You train with the lad. I mean, we spoke to him earlier on. He seemed pretty confident.
Yeah, well, he is confident. He's confident in his abilities, because he's a really talented fighter, and this is a step up in level of class of opponent, but he's already the same level he has been for a long time. So he's ready for the step up. He's just going to show everyone how ready he is, because I can see it being a good victory for him tomorrow, to be honest.
Tough Frenchman. He's looking. I mean, Jack said he's going to get a knockout. Has he been overly confident, or is he just confident?
The thing is, Jack wins most of his fights by submission, and I think people rate his ground game. He's got brilliant hands. He's trained by one of the best boxing coaches there is in Wales, Gary Lockett. He's brown belt BJJ. He's got high level wrestling. He's the full package. He's gonna do some damage tomorrow. And Common Day's a tough opponent. He is a step up, but he is on paper is a step up in levels for Jack, but is a different step up for Common Day, in my opinion. I think Jack's the next big thing.
So we're going for Jack win?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You're going to say that anyway,
his teammate, isn't it?
You're never going to disagree. Right, we've got Mosenbari against Giovanni Melillo. So we're looking here. Whoever wins this could go on to a title. So this is going to be fiercely fought, isn't it?
It's I don't know about going on for a title, but Monson, we've been trying to get Monson matched since January, since our first show, and nobody in Europe seemed to want anything to do with Monson. Then when we did kind of get a match previously, he had a bit of an injury, we had to put him to another card. So to get Giovanni to step in and fight Monson is a big fight, because Monson comes in here and gets a win. It puts him right in the mix of there and around title contentions and next challengers up. Giovanni, first time on CVage Warriors, so he's 7-1, good record. If he beats Monson, he's making a pretty big statement. So there's a lot around that fight, yeah. So we'll see which way that goes.
Just said Giovanni, he came in, he gave Mosen at the weigh-in like a baby's bib with something written on it. And Mosen said, yeah, that's wound me up. I mean, why would you do that?
Yeah, it was just head games is part of the fight, isn't it? Some people do it, some people don't. But I don't know too much about the Italian guy, Giovanni, but I know that his only loss comes to the current welterweight champion. So he's a decent fighter, obviously. So it'll be a good fight.
Next, you got Gavin Kelly versus Josh Reed. You got another local boy coming in here, aren't you? So the crowd are going to go crazy again.
Local boy fighting Gavin Kelly. They're two guys who are probably so young in their career. A lot of people, the fight will go over their heads, but that's got potential fight of the night written all over it. Josh fought here on the last CVage Warriors show, put in an amazing performance on his last one. They went a full distance. So him and Gavin, I think a fight that's been overlooked, but a fight that's going to surprise a lot of people. Yeah.
Jack, what are you thinking? It's Kelly 4-3, Reed 1-2. The odds right, and is it going to be explosive?
Yeah, it'll be explosive, but obviously another one of my training partners, I train with Josh Reed. He's talented. I know a little bit about Gavin Kelly. I've watched a couple of his fights during this camp, but I think Josh he hits really hard for the weight, which is something that's overlooked, because he submits a lot of guys as well, but he's got some massive power in his hands. So I'd like to see him go out there and get the knockout tomorrow.
And just finally, Graham, start with you. Soren back versus Scott Clist.
Yeah, Soren was tipped as one of the hottest talents coming out of Scandinavia until he fought in another organisation at the start of maybe the end of last year, and he got knocked out. So he came with CVage Warriors, and he signed with us. He's now fighting Scott Clist, who I've always said is the Rocky story. He had a mad run last year, and he fought here in Wales. I believe he lost in Wales last time around, so he's looking to rectify that. So a clash of a guy who is tipped to be the best coming out of Europe, and a guy who's the Rocky story, who's on a mad tear for his age, took a lot of wins, there's a lot of story and background and interesting insights in those fights. Yeah, so it'll be a good fight. Looking forward to it.
We'll ask you about the odds again. We make you sound like a real big gambler here, but we got back there at 7-1, and with Clist at 11-3. Not about right, or is that worth a punch? 71?
It's a tough one with that, because I think people look at Scott's age and think he's slowing down, but you can see the physical shape he's in. He's not slowing down. I think he's getting better. You know, he may be the older fighter, but like I say, I don't know too much about the other guy, but I just know Scott's, like you said, they call it the Rocky story with him, because he's just, the older he gets, the better he's getting. He's having some big, massive finishes in Cage Warriors, so it'd be interesting to see him against a young, good contender now, so it'd be an interesting fight. But
we all know what happens in the end of Rocky, don't we?
yeah. Well, he loses a couple of times. No, I'd like.
Depends which one it is.
I'm actually going for a guy who ended one of my training partners, so I'd like to see Scott win.
Cheers, lads. Thanks for joining us.